All right, here we go. The jitterbug, dude. Oh, God. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our show. Today, we'll be talking about the iPad, but first, let's get into some introductions. I'm Danny. I'll be one of your co-hosts today. Basically, I'm a graphic and web designer. Been doing it for several years now, and consider myself pretty good at it. And pretty much a gadget freak, otaku nerd, anime lover, and I guess that's it. Carlos, go ahead. I'll give you the floor.
All right, I'm Carlos, banker, anime lover. Pretty much it.
Matt.
My name's Matt. I'm client support technician, mostly into hardware and software, some network security type stuff. Big into anime, gadgets, avid tea drinker, as you can see. Yes, yum. Also video games, of course. Why you laughing? But yeah, just all around tech geek type of guy.
Well, all right. So that's your panel for today. So let's go into our topic today. We'll be talking about the iPad. Basically, there's a lot of mixed reviews on this product that Apple's released next month. And after their previous show, a lot of people are either for it or against it. And we're going to kind of go over what the pros and cons of this device might be and get everyone's kind of take on it. And maybe there's some perspective that we might have on it that you might not have thought of. So starting with, I guess, Carlos, you want to go ahead and take the first stab at it and tell me how you feel?
I mean, honestly, I think this is going to be great for businesses, not just for the people at home, but people that are on the road all the time. It's a portable device that you can actually, architects, anybody that's using any type of PDF, that will be able to zoom in, create a map location. It's awesome.
Go ahead. Yeah? Uh-oh. Stay tuned. We'll be back after these messages.
Never mind. It went away. I had like a high-pitched screaming noise thing going on.
Oh. All right.
What's her name?
Dude, this is PG. Or this is rated R, not XXX, man. Let's get it straight. All right. Matt, how do you feel about the iPad?
Well, let's kind of talk about, let's see, give out some of the specs. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys know, it's a 9.7-inch screen. It's the same size, basically, as your Kindle, if you have a Kindle. 1024 by 768 pixels. 132 pixels per inch. Comes in flavors of 16, 32, and 64. The Wi-Fi version will be ready in about 60 days, a little less since the announcement. 90 days with 3G. Your 16 gig is 499 Wi-Fi, 629 Wi-Fi with 3G, all the way up to 64 gig, which is 699 Wi-Fi, 829 for Wi-Fi and 3G.
Then extra $130 for the 3G.
Yeah, it's basically $150 extra. I think a lot of people say it's just a bigger iPod Touch, which in a sense it kind of is. I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be revolutionary. Some things that, a lot of people are complaining about, of course, is the flash. I think it will. I think flash might come around eventually. Is it a deal breaker for me? Not so much. A lot of things that I like is the SDK they've given the developers 60 days basically to push some apps that are specifically going to work very well for the iPad. Sorry. One thing that I think is just going to be great is some of the ebook type stuff. Reading it against maybe a Kindle, I don't know, because the Kindle is more the black and white, it's easier on your eyes. That's one thing I'm looking forward to see, because if it's comfortable to read ebooks on the iPad, I see Amazon having a really tough time with their price point. I mean, they're sitting at $250 for the Kindle. if they're going to go against the iPad, the low end version at $499, you might as well pay the extra, $150, $200 or whatever, and get everything, the apps, the games, and things like that.
Yeah, and I have to agree with you on that, because now they want to open up the Kindle to app developers, and I really don't see the point in that, because you won't get the flavor that you will from an iPad on a Kindle. It's kind of, why would you even think that you can compete? You're comparing apples to oranges. Now, if you want to compare ebook reader to ebook reader, that's kind of the thing. But it's like they're looking at it and they're like, oh, we're going to open this up to app developers, and I'm like, well, what the hell kind of difference is that going to make for you? Your only focus is ebooks. So kind of with you on that one.
Yeah. One thing right now is also, a lot of like Big Mill and all these other publishers are starting to raise the prices of their books. I think the bookstore right now running around $8 to $10. And since Apple's came onto the scene, and trying to get them into the iTunes and things like that, the prices are starting to go up for these books. They're talking almost $15 for these books now.
Jeez.
Might as well go get a hard
That's
copy.
one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Amazon, like when these publishers were like, we're bumping our price up, Amazon was like, no, we're not doing it. And then they're like, fine, Apple will do it, which they will, of course. Mm-hmm. And so Amazon had to back down and say, okay, yeah, we'll accept your price point.
Yeah. Now, that's the other thing, too, is that if you're going to compare, like, the price point of the iPad to the Kindle, you're basically getting a lot more on an iPad for only $10. I mean, the Kindle's an ebook reader. That's about its main functionality from what I've heard about it. The iPad, you've got streaming media, you've got entertainment, games. You can use iWorks on it, which is a great feature of the iPad, and so that gives you some office interaction there too. You also have the ability to backwards compatibility with your iPhone apps. Now, I've seen a picture going around. I think it's pretty damn funny. It's basically just a picture of the iPhone, and it says the iPad Nano. Everything the iPad can do in a smaller package. So there's a lot of jokes, and plus there's also a lot of jokes about the name. How do y'all feel about the name? Because there's also been a lot of feminine hygiene jokes, like the iPad now with wings, or the iTampon. So how do you feel about it, Carlos?
That's the first thing I thought of whenever I heard the iPad. I'm like, damn, does Maxie make one?
Lindsay, great job in the sales meeting. Hey, do you have a pad I can borrow?
Sure, here you go.
No, the other kind of pad.
I can't believe you still use maxi pads.
I know, I have a narrow cervix, and so it's painful for me to insist.
No. I meant, why use a maxi pad when there's the new iPad from Apple?
iPad? With the new iPad, I just hook up my Apple to my Peach, and I can download protection for up to 1,000 periods. Not bad. And with wireless Bluetooth technology, iPad sets you up for fast uploading without all that water bloating. Oh, wow, that's great. But what if my computer has a virus? Don't worry. Each iPad comes pre-installed with vaginal firewall protection. Awesome. The new Apple iPad. Please don't make us explain how it works.